So now that we have the verification process ongoing, we can now come back to Siteti. First off, we need to walk through the features that we have here. So we have the broadcast feature, we have the contacts, quick replies, and also the chatbots, some other features to add users and also enable call so we can receive incoming calls. We are more interested in sending out a broadcast message to a target audience. First off, we need to create what we call segments. So I'm going to create 2 segments. One is going to be hot leads. I'll create another one called cold leads. So basically, the segments will help us to organize our contacts so we can easily broadcast to people that we are particularly interested in. Now that we have our segments in place, our newly created segments, we can now start broadcasting. So I'm going to click on the broadcast feature. You can see we have no templates ready. Click the plus sign to create a new template. And you might be wondering what the template message is and why do I need to do this to broadcast messages. First off, I need to take your mind back to something called the WhatsApp chat window. Basically, what the WhatsApp chat window is for the business API, or more accurately called the 24-hour conversation window or customer care window, is a period following a customer's first message in which a business can send them free form messages, unrestricted, unlimited. And after the 24-hour period, a business can no longer send a customer the free form message. From that point on, or the only means the business can send a conversation or respond to a customer or reach out to any new contacts is by using a template message. These are the things you need to understand and to know why it's important. Someone might be asking, why is this relevant? If you're very familiar with the SMS marketing, for instance, you will recall that the whole space was messed up, right? So WhatsApp is trying to make sure the same doesn't happen in this case, or businesses are kind of restricted to certain conditions, that we don't violate customers' space. We don't abuse the platform by sending random messages to people or to customers who don't really care about listening or getting messages from us. You are also limited to the kind of messages or contents that you can send out to your audience. For instance, if you want to send a broadcast message, it has to be reviewed and it has to be approved by the WhatsApp team for that message to be broadcasted. So not only are you paying for template messages, it has to be approved. So if you're sending an offensive message, for instance, WhatsApp considers the message to be violating certain conditions or policies, then the message will not be approved, it will be denied. So the whole idea of creating template messages is to make WhatsApp go through the content of your message and then approve the message for you to be able to distribute or broadcast your message to your contacts. So I hope this makes sense. Yeah, now that we understand the need for creating template messages, how do we do that? We simply start by providing the template name. So let me call this an intro message. So notice that when creating a template name, you cannot use spaces or caps. It has to be all small letters or lowercase, and also use underscore instead of spaces. Then you can choose the category of your message. In this case, I am sending a marketing message. I'm going to pick this. I'm going to pick the language, and I want to choose the type of message I'm interested in. So I'm sending a text message for a start. If I am sending a message that contains an image or a video clip, for instance, I'm going to choose the media option, but I'm going to stick with the text. And then I will provide the text of the header text. And for the body, I'm just going to put in some random content here. And then I will provide a footer for this template. Well, since this is a trial account, I really do not have access to this. So for you to customize the footer right now, you need to upgrade to the basic plan or the pro plan to do this. But for the sake of demonstration, I think I'm okay with this. So you can upgrade to customize your footer. So this is where most people put in their brand name, just to show where the message is coming from, right? So the next thing will be my call to action. My call to action, I want to choose visit website, which is my preferred option. It's going to be a static information. So I'm going to say visit our website. I'm going to provide the website name here, the website here. You can see the preview of how your message is going to look like. This is the call to action. This is the header, the content of the body of your message. And then I'm going to click submit. So as you can see, the message is currently pending. Right now, the WhatsApp team is going to go through your message and check the content of your message to see if it violates or the message meets their conditions. If it does, it's going to be approved. So this usually takes a few seconds to 48 hours, depending on the content of your message. So we're just going to wait for this to be approved before moving to the next step. So while we're waiting for the template message to be approved, I'm going to show you how you can import contacts from your Google Sheets or your Excel sheets to the app and then broadcast to your list of contacts. So to do that, you need to click on contacts and click on import, or you can download this template, which is going to show you how the files need to be organized. So now I am going to come to my spreadsheet and import the downloaded template. I'm going to choose file. I'm going to choose import. I want to upload from my downloads. I'm going to choose the import option and click on import data. Success file imported. Open now. I'm going to open this. All right, so you can see that this is the structure of how you should organize your list of contacts. You can see we have a title, first name, last name, phone, email, and the address. Well, the two most important fields we need here is the name and the phone number. So I'm gonna provide this information. I'm gonna keep this. You can decide to provide the address, or you can also keep it blank. The two most important fields we need are the first name and the phone number. And after that, I am going to save the file. I'm gonna download this file to my desktop. So I will show this file in Pro and then move it to my desktop. So now I have my list of contacts, and I am going to start importing my list of contacts from the desktop to the app. Click on proceed. And yep, as you can see, now I have my contacts imported to the app. We can now start broadcasting, but let's check the status is still pending. And while we're still waiting, I'm going to show you how you can use the chat bots. So we want to create an automated process where we can segment the contacts into different categories. So first off, we want to send a message to our customers for them to respond based on their interest level. And for those who say yes, we want to move them to the hot lead segment. And for those who say no, that they are not interested, we want to move them to the cold leads segment. If you recall, we created two segments called cold leads and the hot leads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new chatbot called hot contacts. And the keywords I'm looking for is when these customers or the set of leads say yes. If they say yes, I want to do something. If they say they are interested, I want to do something. I want to also move them into the hot lead segment. So I have a list of keywords that I'm interested in here. If they say yes, or they say they are interested or requesting for more information, I want to move them into the hot lead segment. So I'm going to click create the chatbot. Now what I want to do is I want to pick from all of these nodes. We have the different nodes that we can set up. We have message nodes, we have image nodes, we have video, document, quick reply, segmentation, delay. So what is the meaning of all of this? Well, if I simply want to send an information to the yes contacts, I will just put in that information here and say. So when I broadcast the message to my list of contacts, say 1,000 contacts. And if they say yes, this message is going to pop up automatically as a response to them. But I am not interested in doing that. What I'm interested in doing is using the segmentation node. So if any of the responses come from the customers or my leads or contacts and they say yes, what I want to do is move them to the hot lead segment. So if anyone says yes, it's going to be moved to the hot lead segment. I'm going to save this. I'm done. I'm going to cancel. I'm going to create another chatbot called contacts, and the keywords I'm interested in here will be no, not interested. Let's say these are the keywords we want to look at. If they say no or not interested, or they want you to stop sending broadcast messages to them, we want to do something else. So I'm going to create a chatbot for this. You can either choose to use a very polite way of telling them, hey, my apologies for sending you blah blah blah. I am going to remove your name or your contact from our platform so you no longer get messages. Again, you can do that. You can decide to send them an image or a video, but what we want to do in this case is just to move them to a different segment. So when they say no, we just bring them to the cold leads. That's all we're interested in doing for this video. And now we have our chatbots in place. We can decide to edit and make modifications, send more information to them. I'm going to put a link on the description below to show you how you can go through the entire setup, automated responses, or use the entire chatbot feature. So click the link below to watch a video on how to do that. Now that we have our chatbots in place, we need to activate them. So I'm going to click on activate and also activate this. So we now have a chatbot in place that is going to automatically segment our contacts based on the responses that we get. So we can actually try this now and see what happens. I'm going to send a message to this contact and see what happens. All right, so let's start by sending a few messages to see the outcome. I'm going to send hello. All right, so you can see we have a new message, and this message is under the short segment. I'm going to send a yes and see what happens. So the moment we got the yes, so the chatbot just responded that this person has successfully opted in, and you can see that the name has been moved automatically out of this short segment. And if I open the hot leads, you can see the name was moved from the short segment to hot leads. What happens if I say no? Right now, if I send no, let's see what happens. You can see it's no longer showing on the hot leads. It's now been brought to cold leads. So this is how you can automate the process of segmenting your leads based on the responses you're getting from the broadcast message that was sent out. And now, as you know, we've been able to segment based on the response that we have. And if we want to do the broadcast, if we want to send out messages, if I click on the broadcast, assuming I want to send out the message, I can choose from my contact lists, right? You can choose between the range. Let's say for the first few days, I want to limit my contacts between 1 to 50 for the first day and start from 51 to 100 the next day. You can do that by choosing the range, but I'm not interested in doing that. What I'm interested in doing is choosing the segment that I want to send the messages to. In this case, I want to broadcast to my cold leads, for instance. I'm going to choose the cold leads and then probably schedule the date and time for this broadcast. I can choose, say I want this to go first thing on Monday. Then I'm gonna add the time. I want this to go out by 8 a.m. Do you want this to happen every once in a while? you want this to be a daily routine or a weekly routine. Let's say I want this to be once in a month. So I'm going to say, let's choose monthly and then save this. Mind you, the template is still under review. So if I click on save, it's still going to wait for the template to be approved for it to work. So that's how you set up your broadcast message and then schedule your broadcast message, and also set up the chatbots to, kind of organize or segment your contacts before you start reaching out to your list on a weekly or monthly basis. And also after broadcasting, you can come back to check the analytics of the messages that were sent to know the number of messages that were delivered and also the number of messages that failed. So whether you're running sales campaigns, customer reminders, or bulk updates, the WhatsApp Business API with Siteti.com is the ultimate way to scale communication. So click the link in the description, sign up for Siteti.com and start blasting messages the smart way. Hit the like and subscribe button for more tutorials, and comment if you like me to do a full step-by-step automation demo. Thanks, and see you in the next video.